accounts, the St. Patrick's Day event and Jurassic World Alive, you remember the day where you had 5 opportunities to dart unique dinosaurs, plus the Monday through Saturday leading up to that magical Sunday where you got a chance to dart so much useful DNA that it was actually kind of ridiculous. You remember that? What if I were to tell you that maybe that wasn't necessarily the best thing for Jurassic World Alive? Now let me explain what I mean by that. I often get asked, like, what are the best dinosaurs? What are the best dinosaurs to put on your team? What are the strongest dinosaurs? Like, there's a whole list of things to choose from that I get questions for. And it's really hard for me to, and I've said this before, but it's really difficult for me to, like, say Dilorhynchus is the best dinosaur because, you know, it's a paper, rock, scissors game. On top of that, I haven't been outside of Avery in a long time. Well, except for recently. What I did is I went in to my dino decks here, my strike team, and put together a team of just legendary dinosaurs. So, you know, I probably had, I don't remember my exact build of my team, but it definitely had Dracoceratops. It had my Utasinaraptor, but it probably had Stegodeus. It probably had Trichosaurus there, or Triostronix, and it had Monostegotops, and I don't remember, honestly, what the other ones, Dilorhynchosaurus, maybe Monomimus, maybe I had Spinotissuchus. It doesn't really matter. The point being, I put together a team of all legendary dinosaurs to see how they could compete in the battle arena. And as you would most likely expect, I lost, and I lost a lot. And then I got demoted down to Lockwood. And currently, if I look, I'm at 4640. I was down in the 4100s for several games. So we're talking a significant decrease, on the verge of, I believe, falling into Sorna Marshes. I don't remember exactly the order of all the arenas. I guess I could look here real quick. Jurassic Ruins. I was on the verge of falling into Jurassic Ruins. And the thing that I found once I got down that low, my legendaries still weren't really all that good. And if I look, I mean, a level 26, a level 23, a level 24, another level 24, and then a level 21, and at least a couple of level 20s. And at 4100, they weren't necessarily all that competitive. The reason why? The St. Patrick's Day event. I was facing, for a long time, and even once I got down into the 4100s, I was still facing teams of all uniques. But on my way down, I was facing teams with level 27 Thors. Oh, like, that's on par with what I see right now in the 4600s. And the reason why I know that this was because of the St. Patrick's Day event is because it was the same 4 uniques every time. Indoraptor, Trichosaurus, Thor, and Erlodon. Every team had those, and then they'd sprinkle in the Dracoceratops, and it was like, it wasn't fun. I'm not lying, and I feel really bad for players who are newer to the game, who should be able to compete in the 4000s without unique dinosaurs. I know the game has changed a lot. I know things are different now from when I was raising up through the battle arenas, having a little bit of good old days syndrome right here, and I understand that. But the point being is, I had Indoraptor was my first unique, and I leveled it up because I really wasn't close to anything else. But when I was coming through the battle arenas, until I reached Avery, that was pretty much the only unique I saw, and I never really saw super high levels. Yeah, there was the occasional level 26 Endo or 25 Endo, but never a 27 Thor, never a 27 anything other than Endo, honestly, all the way up until I got to Avery. And while I did see a few, like maybe 2 Utarinexes, maybe 1 Magna, it was all the other dinosaurs except for Diorajosaur. People didn't really run that at all. And that's how I know it was because of the St. Patrick's Day event. People progressed further than they probably should have because of that event. And I think it's like I did not enjoy my time down in Lockwood Estates. I had to pull out my original team because I was just going to keep losing. And I don't necessarily know that that is great for the overall health of the game. And I know between this video and the video, not the live stream, but the other video that I did recently, it sounds like I'm kind of being negative on Jurassic World Alive, and I'm really not. I still think it's a great game. I just have changed my stance on what I thought was an absolutely amazing event. Now that I've gotten out of my little bubble and looked at a larger picture of the game, I'm starting to think that maybe it wasn't such a good idea to hand so many people so much really good DNA. It seems like it just kind of skews what is available, where people are in the battle arenas. I'm gonna be totally honest here. I'm really struggling to see my screen. I see that I'm going up against a Uterinax here. I'm going slower than my opponent, who is probably going to stun me. So I'm just gonna go with my rampage and run if I get to, okay, or they're gonna bring their level 27 Dracocera, which I'm actually okay with. I know Dracocera is like a pain for people, and I know it triggers a lot of people. The problem is there's so many counters to it that it's just not that big a deal to me anymore. So if I crit here, I knock it out. I'm not sure what my opponent's gonna do. In fact, I don't even know that I have a clock. There it is, okay. So like I said, if I hit a crit here, and I do, it's taken out. Yeah, it took a healthy chunk out of my Thor, but like, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time seeing my screen. It's super dark for some reason. So I can't stun it, and I'm gonna get knocked out at level 26. I'm just gonna take the damage that's available to me right here. And I did a pretty healthy chunk of damage right there. So that is gonna put my opponent at 13 and change. I can go, I'm gonna have to go with my Trico here. That was a dumb play. That was really dumb. That was me on autopilot. It does no good to use distraction against Magna, so don't do it. And is my opponent disconnected, or is my opponent, no, my opponent's just using up the entire clock, thinking that I'm not gonna make a stupid play like the one that I just made, and that's gonna end up costing me the game. So I will do another battle, maybe where I'm not so stupid in my move sets and the way that I play. Oh look, I lost Lagoyi for no reason other than I'm an idiot, because I don't know why. Like I said, I was on autopilot, and I even said this before. It's not because of who I was playing. I said it before. I said, well, that was a really dumb play. If I would have just used my full my attack that had 2 attacks there, I would have knocked out whatchamacallit. So it is what it is. I don't know why when I'm talking to the camera, well, I do know, but when I'm talking to you guys, I play way worse than when I'm just playing and not talking to you guys. And I'm gonna go with Indo here. And I think it's because I'm more concentrating on what it is I'm saying to you and just kind of autopiloting the game, not really paying that much attention. I think my win rate while on camera is like 5%. Okay, I'm going against Erladom. I'd rather not take a rampage to the chin on turn 1. So let's see if I can dodge it. That was great. And now they are going to cloak. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use my Cleansing Impact. This is a level 22. And if I can dodge once more, I'm gonna get the knockout right here. See, this was a play that I actually thought out. It just comes down to, can I dodge or not? Oh, they went with Strike and Run, okay. Which is fine. I'm gonna do a whole lot of damage to this Trico. I might have just knocked it out. That works as well. And then we're gonna bring Erladom back in. And I can't dodge this, but what I can do is I can bring in my Trico, who's going to get a little bit of a revenge attack here on this rampage. And then, should they choose to cloak, I can put up my shield and eat the cloak without the rampage, the double rampage, without taking any damage. So potentially another impact and run or strike and run here, which is what happens. I'm going to get another attack out, which is severely going to hurt. On top of that, I'm going to get one free attack here, which is nice. And then I have to go with shield because if I went with my distracting rampage, they could do superiority strike. They're going to swap in with their Draco Ceratops. Again, I have 4. I have counters. Again, a crit works. I know you can crit at least you can crit at least 3 levels above, and it's still going to knock out your opponent. I think I'm just going to go with the instant charge here. And I have my own Dracoceratops that I'm leaving set up for the final kill, which is going to be right here. My opponent thinks they are good to go. Unfortunately for them, they're not. They thought they could do rampage right here and knock me out. That's not going to work. And so unless they swap, which they did not, that is going to be a knockout. So I'm 1 win, 1 loss. Much better played in game 2 than game 1. And I got a lot more trophies than I lost previously. All right, I'm going to do one more best of 3, but I do have a couple of things I want to open first. My battle incubator first and foremost. Definitely need the coins. Eniosaurus, meh. Gallimimus, like 110,000, just kind of ridiculous. Megalosaurus is fine. And then I have my daily battle incubator, which is going to be probably 23 epics, more Gallimimus, Parasaurus, and Alanqua for 23. Let me clear this out real quick. And then I'm going to be close to completing my daily missions. 46, 44. One more battle. It's been a long time since I've like won 2, lost 1. But let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? If you guys are not in Avery, if you're in Avery, I know what the battle arena is like. If you're not in Avery, tell me what the battle arena is like for you. If you're in Lockwood Estates, are you just seeing nothing but medium to high level uniques, like was my example? Or are you seeing a diversified group? And then if you're in Jurassic Ruins, the one even below, are you seeing uniques in Jurassic Ruins as well? Let me know in the comments below. This is actually my favorite setup, is when I have Dilorhynchus into Dracoceratops. Now, here's what realistically could end up happening here, is my opponent could have Dracoceratops of their own and come out and take out my Dilorhynchus on turn 2. If not, let's see, that's not going to do it. It just kind of seems like a waste. But I can't survive. So if I thought that I could survive an attack, I would, because it was kind of a waste just for 200 damage here. But my Dilorhynchus just was not quite strong enough to take out my opponent there, and you can't stun Magna, which leaves my Dracoceratops a little bit exposed to Thorodolosaur right here. That is, I believe, a level 26. My only hope is for them not to crit. They crit, so that's going to be the end of me. And now I'm in a world of hurt because I don't think that, well, I'm in a world of hurt. I'm most likely losing this one. I don't really have anything to take out a Thor that is this strong. I don't. And then I'm going to take 2 hits, so this is going to be the KO. And when Thor is critting, like this one, and this is game over already, but I already knew that. My only hope is to have something that can dodge and do damage, and 4 straight crits is going to pretty much clean me out. There's nothing I can do. So there you go. 1 win, 2 losses, which is pretty standard for when I'm battling on camera, but let me know what you guys are seeing in the battle arenas. Only minus 22, so not the worst outcome ever. That's all I've got for this one. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and until next time.